Well, a few little droplets are starting to fall, so I don't think I have much time. Um, Although I probably will just walk in the rain because I just love it out here so much. I've been pondering all during my walk time, and really since yesterday. A coworker um, exclaimed, "I don't know how you're doing all of this stuff," and she was trying to compliment me, but um, it got me to thinking about everything that I do, all the responsibilities, and I know uh, I'm not anyone special as far as like have extra. Everybody has life that pulls on them and responsibilities and demands, and it's a fast-paced world that we live in. And oftentimes, until we stop and think about it, we don't realize how much that we do, and often we don't take stock and think about what really is needful, what is necessary. How can I simplify? Am I doing what I was created for, or am I just sludging through life or pushing through on the survival train? So it got me to thinking about how am I doing everything that I'm doing, and how where is that strength coming from? How can I show up every day to work joyful and ready, and leave feeling accomplished, and come home to family responsibilities and throw ministry in on top of it, and writing and videoing, and squeeze it all in, and still have energy and still have emotional fortitude left to, go ahead and do it all over again and again and again all year long. So when I started thinking about everything that I do, I actually started feeling tired. And I'm like, darn, I should not have thought about it. I should just keep going. But then God started talking to me about a study that I began years ago called waiting. And I dug into the Hebrew word for wait, and learned some things about waiting that really set me free. I was raised by parents who are very productive, very hardworking, as many Americans believe, you know, um, very strongly in productivity, and with a mindset that waiting was really just an excuse, procrastination. It was not faith, because faith without works is dead. So um, we shouldn't be waiting. We should be moving. We should be using our faith. We should be doing. And so I grew up with that mentality until God introduced me to Isaiah, uh, and I started to read it for what it actually said. That they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They'll rise up with wings like eagles. They'll run and not grow weary. They'll walk and they won't faint. And I thought about what in the world, because my idea of waiting is just, sitting around doing nothing. And I've done that before, and I did not feel stronger. I did not run and not, get weary. I didn't walk and not faint when I did that. But I've also soldiered through and pressed on, and I didn't gain strength that way either. So I felt like I must not be understanding, because the Word of God is true. And I've learned enough to know that if something's not working, it's not God's fault. Something's going on with me that I'm not understanding, or something. So I began this study on waiting. And the first thing that I did was I just said, you know what? I must not know what it means to wait. So I pulled out that Hebrew word and I did just a basic letter definition, dug into some Bible encyclopedias, and I did my teacher thing. So I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit of what I found, as well as just some connections to my own personal life, because I believe that when we connect biblical principles to real life examples, they become more tangible and you're more able to see how they work. Jesus taught biblical principles through parables, through stories, through relating them to farming or the culture of the day. And I think he was a pretty good teacher. So I'm going to follow that pattern of tying things to my own personal life. So first I want to talk about just this thing called waiting. I don't think any of us have really been taught how to wait. Okay, I'll be kind and say at least I wasn't. And let me just, no shame on my parents, but what we do when we raise children and we teach them, in quotes, to wait, what we actually teach them to do is to not behave badly while they have to wait. So we teach them not to cry and stomp their feet. We teach them, not to nag. And, once they've asked, to be quiet or do something else until they get what they want. But that's not really teaching you how to wait. That's teaching you how not to be a pest while time passes until you get what you want. But if we really want to learn how to wait, we have to deal with that inner child, your ego, if you prefer, while we're not getting what we want, whether we're going through a conflict, or our expectations weren't met, or whether we're hurting, or maybe we're just waiting for food and we're hangry. We're really not waiting until we're waiting on the inside too. So I'm going to stop right here for now, and we'll come back in another episode and talk more about what it means to wait internally. Thanks for watching.